from the heart attack. One maniac at a time, we will take it back. You know time crawls on when you're waiting for the song to start, so dance alone to the beat of your heart. Hey, young blood, doesn't it feel like our time is running out? I'm gonna change you like a remix, then I'll raise you like a phoenix. We're in our vintage misery. No, I think it looked a little better on me. I'm gonna change you like a remix, then I'll raise you like a phoenix. Put on your war paint.
Hello everybody, welcome back again. We're here ready to go racing here for round number 7 of Season 5 of the Mountain Race Series. We're here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the running of the Golden Corral 500. We had a great and exciting nationwide race, and we saw Aaron Williams Jr. pull off the pit strategy and stretch the field and won that race in a surprise finish. And don't know what to expect today. Maybe the same, we don't know. But a wreck definitely obviously will take people out of this, since there's no cautions in the series, so we have to stay away from trouble. A lot of these drivers cannot afford to get another wreck or have another bad run, because it's getting down to where it's going to start getting hard to make up points in the standings, as we are working race number 7 today. On the pole today, the number 38 Combos Ford Fusion for Robert Yates Racing is Tony Vendetta, the rookie. He started on the outside of the front row at Daytona. Haven't really talked about him much since. He's mired 16th in the point standings. A good run today would boost him up almost maybe into the top 10. Outside of him is Sean Henley, 18th in the standings. The runner-up from Phoenix kind of had a rough stretch since then. He hadn't had much luck. He also needs a good run. Row 2 has the 27 Menard Chevrolet of John Dillon, the Daytona 500 champion, who is 12th in the standings and a current wild card holder. And James Claus, who is now driving the March of Dimes FedEx Chevrolet, or I should say Toyota, whoops. First fail of the day. And he is 27th in points. Qualls started off the season pretty well, but kind of falling off late, looking to rebound that 11 Toyota Camry. Row 3 has a couple of Dodges. You got Daniel Hummel and the 22 of Dom Capps. Row 4 has Andreas Allen in the 78th, the rookie, and another rookie who's still getting used to his ride, Alex Jones, who's 3rd in the standings in the number 33. And rounding out your top 10 is the 77 of Richard Johnson, your points leader, who's been on a lot of momentum as of late. The 77 has been one of the fastest cars in the field. He's starting 9th, and on the outside of him is the 16 of Ryan Acosta. Now, it should be an interesting race, and we'll see what happens. Get this field going, go green, get the radio chatter and the command, get ready to fire them engines, and get ready to go racing here in Atlanta. One of the fastest tracks on the schedule. About to find out what's going to happen today here in the Golden Corral 500.
Just like I told these boys in the meeting, we don't need anything over the top today. We got a good race car, we got a good driver, we got a good pit crew.
If I'm sniffling, I'm sorry.
Everybody carrying the weight.
Running right now,
We'll be
so
just fine at the end of this thing.
try to ignore that.
10-4. Now, bud.
And the field goes by on your screen. We're now going to take a look at the starting line for today's Golden Corral 500. Now we look at today's starting lineup for the Golden Corral 500. Should be an interesting race. 49 laps. Again, pit stops will play a factor. Wrecks, all three will play a factor as well as the pace car heads to pit road. Tony Vendetta and Sean Henley on the front row. Ready to lead the field down to the green flag here in the Golden Corral 500 Atlanta Motor Speedway, one of the fastest races on the schedule. And we are green here in Atlanta. Vendetta gets to run on Hindley, who did not get going that well. The outside line get held up just a little bit. And Tony Vendetta will take the lead. John Dillon's right up there in second. John Dillon not been a good qualifier this season, but whenever he's up there, he's a fast car. And it's his first good qualified run of the season, I believe. The Daytona 500 champion looking to make some noise. 12th in the standings. Needs something to happen. As Tony Vendetta leads lap 1, here comes Daniel Hummel in the Stanley Tools Dodge to the inside for the lead. The rookie's up there at 10th in the standings in car number 10. That's a solid run right now for Daniel so far early in the season. He'll take the lead as points leader Richard Johnson's right on his back bumper here, already up to second. And Tim Fralick, he's last in the standings in that 17 car, scoring 5th third bank just like yesterday with Michael Kazi. So these drivers are trying to get something going for 5th third, and Tim Fralick needs any kind of good run. Dead last in points, like I said. He needs some good run and needs some luck. He's up here in the top 5 at the moment, as now Trent Dunham and Red Bell slip by him, as well as Andreas Allen, and here comes Callum Wells back there in the 28. Kurt Mortonick making it 3 wide back there, trying to get around both those Ford Fusions. Steven Gonzalez is right there. There's the 88. Aaron Williams Jr. And now Trent got kicked to the high side. Andreas Allen is after Daniel Hummel for the lead. Trent Dunham's way up the racetrack in that one car. That stake is Chevrolet. Trying to get back to the bottom. Jacob Lawler sneaks by. Brian James has snuck by. Here comes the Camping World Ford Fusion. The Wood Brothers Racing right here. That's Sean Galligan in new color this week. He's up there already in the top 10, I believe. There's a lot of comers and goers right now. A lot of the drivers that started going in the back are up here at the front. Like, look at the 19 car right there. That's William Duncan, the winner from Phoenix. He started dead last today. He's already up, I think, in the top 10. He is 10th. So it'll take no time to go up and back and forth through this field. He's actually one of the cars on there. He is very fast in that Dodge Charger right now. He is running very fast. We're right behind Jack Richards, who also started in the back in new colors this week. He's driving the National Guard colors on this 81 car. Looking good right now. Andreas Allen has actually taken the lead about a lap ago. And now there's Michael Walter Racing cars behind him. Steven Gonzalez and teammate Jacob Lawler fighting up against the 78 car, as Steven Gonzalez will take the lead. Now, he was happy he won his nationwide race finally. He got a win at Bristol, but he wants to get a win in the Mountain Dew Race Series. He's been close so many times. Steven right now leading the race here in Atlanta. Red Bell is now in second. Brian James making a move to the inside of her for second. That 6 car, he's had a couple good runs as of late. Don't be surprised to not see that 6 car up at the front at the end of this race. And looking back there, Daniel Holmes back there. Look who's up there snuck around there. The 99 car right there, Michael Norman. Second in the standings, driving a Scott's paint scheme. This is a weekend where Carl Edwards won his first ever Sprint Cup Series race at in a Scott sponsored car. Not exactly the same paint scheme, but close enough. And Michael right now running 4th place in that 99 car, running the highest, actually he's the 2nd highest Roush Fenway car on the racetrack. His teammate Ryan James is 2 spots ahead of him. Tim Fralick is not in the top 5, and Ryan Acosta is also not in the top 5 at the moment. And there's William Duncan once again. He's working with there. He's brought Xavier Livingston with him. Another good run for the 19 car. And Steven Gonzalez has gotten the lead taken away by Brian James, the Ford EcoBoost Ford. He's in the lead, and teammate Michael Norman will take second. So Roush Fenway is 1-2 right now in Atlanta. But like I said, the fastest car probably on the racetrack has to be that 19 car. He just got kicked out of line. Xavier Livingston said, nope, not anymore. And let's see if Michael's going to get around his teammate. Brian might let him lead a lap. Michael, like he is second in the standings, would like to lead a lap. I don't think he's going to get him this time. It's going to be close. And he did not get him, but he's going to get him in the corner. I don't think Brian really wanted to let him go now. Now he's going to fall back behind some of these drivers. Another driver up there that's running well. There's Joseph Lombard in the 24, Liam Ervig in the 3, and Cody Birmingham, who started second to last. He was 41st starting. That Charter Ford moved his way to the front. John Hindley is back up there, the outside pole sitter, with Sean Galligan right behind him. Jake Rogers has worked his way up there, another Evertown Motorsports car. Danny Wells, there's Dylan Young, Seth Cole. There's Ryan Acosta, he's worked his way up. John Dillon trying to work his way back. Red Bell is up there. Daniel Hummel and Danny Wells were very close. We'll go back to the field again a little bit, who we haven't seen yet. There's the pole sitter, Tony Vendetta, with teammate Callum Wells. Pichu London, top 5 in the points. Kurt Mortonick in the 18, back in Eminem's colors this week. Zohar Mutton, Richard Johnson, and Brian James is pitting. I think he's all alone pitting. He is. Brian James, I don't know if it's a scheduled pit stop or not. It's lap 13. This must be. We'll have to just keep an eye on him. And he is on pit road, and looks like a scheduled pit stop. We got others coming in. Here comes his teammate Michael Norman. Seth Cole in the 52 is coming down pit road. The pole sitter Tony Vendetta, Barney Ward, James Silverfox, Trent Dunham, and Cody Lamas all on pit road here in the second round of pit stops. Now Steven Gonzalez is the new race leader. Jack Richards and Xavier Livingston are both battling for second. Looks like Richards and Gonzalez are pitting. And maybe Livingston as well. He's trying to cut down. He cut back down in front of Richard. He's like, I wanted that spot back. Looks like a bunch of the rest of the field's coming back down. But except for Andreas Allen and Dylan Young, and somebody just ran the, I don't know, I just saw somebody lock it up. Somebody has damage, I believe. I saw smoke around Danny Wells' section. I think somebody locked it up. I don't see anybody with damage. But the rest of the field looks like they're coming down pit road. We're going to keep an eye on the race off pit road. First one came down with Steven Gonzalez in the 55. He's already out and away. Keeping an eye on the 81 at Jack Richards, who's also one of the first ones out. It looks like Gonzalez will lead him off. There's Richard, there's Xavier Livingston, Cody Birmingham, John Dillon, William Duncan is leaving. James McLeod is just now getting his pit stall. And here comes that other group of cars that pitted as the rest of the field comes off pit road on the first round of pit stops. Everything's good. Oh, there's contact. James McLeod, Roy Vaderview. Mr. I don't like pit stops. Just got in a wreck on pit road, but no cautions, obviously. There you see Andreas Allen. Alex Jones as well. Dylan Young. They're trying to hurry and get off pit road, but I don't think they're going to get in front of these leaders. There's Steven Gonzalez all by himself. He is back to the lead in the Aaron's Dream Machine. He has a huge lead over the rest of the field. Michael Norman, I think, is now second. Brian James, who was the very first driver to pit, he is third. Xavier Livingston fourth. Cody Birmingham worked way in the top 5 and 5th. Seth Cole has taken 6th away from Jack Richards, is now 7th. 8th place is Tony Vendetta. 9th is 44th. Rounding up the top 10 is a 27 and the Daytona 500 champion, John Dillon. Looking at where Andreas Allen ended up, who left that final group down. He came across the line in the 16th position, about to lose that to Sean Galligan. But the field has been separated. And looks like mostly fine now. So far, clean race today here in Atlanta. But now with these cars, there's one driver that had a really positive pit stop and got into the 5 car, James McLeod. Now he's running, I think, dead last right now. Actually, Alex Jones, 33 cars, a lap down. Something happened to the 33, I don't know what. Alex Jones is now a lap down wherever he is on track. There he is. I think he must have been the car we saw lock it up, and maybe he's sped down pit road or something. He must have had a penalty, because I don't know if he even made a pit stop. I think he was in the drive-thru. We did see smoke, so maybe the 33 car did indeed get a speeding penalty. That's a tough break, but he is still learning this car. He's only a couple races into the season, since he didn't start the season at the 33. A lot of pressure as well. Coming here third in the standings, definitely going to hurt Alex Jones. He's still trying to learn the ways in the Mountain Dew Series, and this is going to be a costly one if we don't have any wreck or any sorts of situations that will help him gain these spots. He'll finish dead last today at this point. Tough break for him. And Steven Gonzalez still leading. Cody Birmingham now up to second. He just passed Brian James for that spot. Seth Cole in the 52 is up to fourth. Oh, Michael Norman. Xavier Livingston just about had our first wreck of the day. They hooked fenders, and that was just about to be a wreck. I don't think Michael Norman and Xavier Livingston are going to be very happy with each other, and Brian James did not get out of that corner well. He rode it up the hill, and now he's holding up his teammate. I don't know what happened there. I think Brian James is trying to search for a line, but he is getting out of the groove, and he is falling back now. I think he's trying to find somewhere in line, just ride for a bit. But you got a lot of drivers up here needing a good run. Steve Gonzalez, 13th in the standings. Cody Birmingham, he is 26th in the standings. Seth Cole has had a up and down season. He is I don't even know where Seth is in points. 23rd in the standings. He's had a rough season so far. Jack Richards 32nd. Xavier Livingston and Michael Norman again getting each other. This time it was Norman that got into the 31. Tempers are flaring here in Atlanta. If we don't watch, those two drivers are going to be wrecked on the back straightaway and both be done for the day. Norman can't afford to have a bad race, though. He's second in the standings, and at this point, I believe we'll take the points lead away from Richard Johnson, who is not even up here at the moment. Brian James doesn't want to be in the middle of this little heated rivalry, and he's about to get passed again by Xavier Livingston. Xavier Livingston 24th in the standings, going after Brian James, who's 22nd in the standings. So there's a lot of drivers up here, when you look outside of Michael Norman, that need a good run, as Cody Birmingham is taking the lead from Steve Gonzalez, so the 43 to the point. I'm actually going to take a look and see where the 77 is, our points leader. And there he is. Right now running in the 21st position. So Richard Johnson not having a good day today. He's running mid-pack and not really gaining anything or losing anything, but tough break for sure. There's last week's winner, Joshua Collard from Martinsville. Collard got himself up in the top 10 in points. He came here 5th in the standings. Right now he's running in the 27th position. Not really having a bounce back day. As Kurt Morton going to make it 3 wide on Liam Irving and Dylan Young. Gain a couple of spots for the 18 car. Back a little bit, see what else is going on. There's P.T. London, there's Charles Jackson, James Ball, Daniel Hummel. Some of these guys start up toward the front or in the back. Ryan Acosta, Dom Capps, Jacob Lawler, Aaron Williams. The winner from the nationwide race. Again, the strategy will play a factor in this race, and Williams figured out something yesterday. He might again today, as Brian James is coming down pit road again. First car down all by himself once again. Look back to the field again. Here's Joshua Mudd, Sean Henley, Justin Perry running a throwback Tony Stewart in 2002. Tim Fralick, I don't know what happened to him. He fell to the back. James McLeod, another dismal run for him. And Rohit Vaderview running out the field. Rounds it out. And looks like we got more cars down pit road. Same few cars. Actually, it's Tony Vendetta, Seth Cole, and Michael Norman only that time. And Joshua Collard was way up the track, trying to find some grip. Oh, there was contact between Danny Wells and Cody Lamas. Lamas in the wall. Oh, he's going to cut down right in front of Richard Johnson, the points leader. He's trying to get down to pit road, and there's a lot of damage now to the driver's side of that 48 car. There probably is some damage on the points leader as well, Richard Johnson. We may have more pit stops. If I can find Richard Johnson, there he is. He probably has damage to the passenger side of that car. Here comes his teammate. Zohar Munn was trying to get around him, but I guess he didn't know he was pitting. There's not much damage on the 77 car as there was that 48. And we got a lot of cars coming down pit road once again. Joshua Collard and John Dillon just about made contact. Oh, and Rohit Vaderview spun him coming down pit road. He can't get on pit road today. This guy just absolutely hates pit stops apparently today. I don't know what happened there. That's really going to cost him again. Oops. See if there's any contact coming off pit road. Jack Richards, there's David Livingston. Steven Gonzalez looks like he's going to be off right here. I don't think he's first though. I think Cody Birmingham is way ahead of him. We'll go through and make sure everybody gets through. Dylan Young led a lap. He was the leader the last time by. Jacob Lawler and Alex Jones back there about to make contact. I think mostly everybody came off clean. And James McLeod is sitting on pit road now. 5 car. Is there something wrong with the 5? He's finally leaving. It's been a tough day for James McLeod. Just can't catch a break right now in that 5 car. 31st in the standings so far this season. Not really ran well. He switched teams, defending champions. Just did not have that luck. Looks like Danny Wells in the Mopar Nationwide Series. Just bad luck. Both of them, ironically, are driving the 5 car for each series respectively, and just not had any luck so far. And James this season for the first time is running Time Warner Cable sponsorship on that race car. It's definitely not the way you want to start off a sponsor with a race team and everything, or how to do it. And the race leader says it's Seth Cole in the 52. Him and Cody Birmingham are up there by themselves. They're about to lap Rohit Vaderview, who cannot get on and off pit road without being in a wreck today. Seth, I believe, leads his first laps of the season possibly. And now Cody Birmingham's going to go inside of him, and they're catching Rohit pretty fast. That's Seth Cole's teammate out of Tweenix Racing. And the 51 is going to go low, maybe block the 43, but sorry, too late for Seth to stay in front of Cody Birmingham, who takes the lead. Cody looking for his first win since Season 2. All 4 of his career wins came in Season 2, so it's been 3 seasons basically now since he won a race. And Rohit Vaderview's not making it easy on him. He didn't want to go a lap down. And as it looks at right now, Cody Birmingham is the race leader. Seth Cole is second. Third place is not Josh Ahmad. He's a lap down. Third is Brian James. Fourth is Michael Norman. Fifth is Steve Gonzalez. Sixth is John Dillon. Now James Silverfox is seventh at the moment. Jack Richards is eighth. Trent Dunham is ninth. And 10th place is the pole sitter, Tony Vendetta, who's worked his way back into the top 10. As Silverfox goes way up the track in that Mopar Dodge. And once again, now he's actually going to the inside of Cody Birmingham for the lead. These two drivers look like they're in a really good spot right now, but again, how the laps will fall, pit strategy could play a factor. That's what I'd be keeping an eye on. If I was the crew chief on these cars, I wouldn't want to beat them right now actually, but let's start calculating, seeing how far these drivers can go on a fuel run. They've had 2 pit stops to figure out how far they can stretch it. I don't know if I've seen anybody so they can move yet to possibly stretch it out and make it to the finish without having to pit again. As Seth Cole and Cody Birmingham battle it out again for the lead. But there's a lot of scenarios what could happen. I mean, there also could be a wreck that could happen if they go a bunch of the field. Right now it's pretty clean. And the field's been strung out pretty much. It's everywhere across the racetrack. They're strung out. And there's not much of anything going on at the moment. There's a couple races here and there. Like here's a battle right here between teammates Jake Rogers and William Duncan. That's a battle for 16. And here's Danny Wells going after James McLeod. James is running in 41st. Danny's running in the 15th position. There's Barney Ward, Sean Galligan. Yes, you're on camera, Sean. Red Bell and Michael Norman is outside the top 10 right now. He's running 11th, so he's kind of lost some ground in these pit stops. And the 99, oh, you saw right there that car sliding up. That might have been actually what's been going on. That 99 car's handling is going away on the Scott's Ford. And he's just starting to lose spots. Red Bell snuck by him for 11th now. Steve Gonzalez, another driver's lost some ground through these pit stops. He was leading a couple of cycles ago, but now he's battling with Xavier Livingston for 6th place. 3.4 seconds behind the race leader, Cody Birmingham. He's going to go run Xavier right here. Jack Richards, good run for him today. Needed this good run. Silver Fox up there. Xavier Livingston, Trent Dunham, John Dillon. There's Brian James. He's coming to pit road. So maybe it might not be a factor for pit stop. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know how many laps they ran. It's going to be close for some of these drivers, I believe. Brian James heading so early might be one in trouble. We don't know, but he might be able to make it from this point on. Got up toward the lead, and man, Cody Birmingham is left. Seth Cole in the dust back there. I think Seth's actually pitting. He is. Cody's not pitting. Seth Cole is coming down pit road. Apparently might have went away on that 52, so he's going to pit and fix it now. Michael Norman's on pit road as well. He pitted with his teammate at that time. That was the first time somebody's pitted with Brian James. Tony Vendetta's on pit road. So far they're the only two. And that is it for that round. And here comes Cody Birmingham, the race leader, to the pit road. John Dillon and everybody else is staying out. Here comes Silver Fox, Trent Dunham. Barney Ward's coming down pit road, Trent's teammate. Here comes the Pilot Ford of Joshua Collard. That's Birmingham's teammate. They've been pinned together. Kurt Mortonix down pit road. Here comes Tim Freilich, Sean Henley, Cody Lamas. And John Dillon's coming down this time. Looking for more takers this time around. William Duncan and the 19's coming down pit road. Callum Wells, Joseph Lombard, who just got passed, coming to pit road. Richard Johnson, James Qualls, Charles Jackson, Liam Irvig, Ryan Acosta. There's Pichu London, Aaron Williams Jr., Jacob Lawler, Justin Perry. And there comes Joshua Mudd and Rohit Vaderview down pit road. Steve Gonzalez and Jack Richards coming down just like that. These cycles are going through pretty quickly. I'm going to keep an eye on this right here. As cars leave pit road. I believe everybody else is coming to pit road. Dylan Young stayed out. Still going to play a factor and see if these cars can make it or not. The real race is going to be between where the 43 and the 52 are. I think they're just going by. As these drivers are leaving pit road. Jack Richards trying to get to his pit stall and gets turned by P2 London. Xavier Livingston hits the 42. That really bunched up a lot of drivers, including James McLeod, Justin Perry, and Jake Rogers. Oh, and the 81 car is in trouble on pit road. There was a lot of damage to the 81 car. He was pancaked between Jake Rogers and Xavier Livingston. Well, now he doesn't have damage. Now the 81's the only one with damage. What in the world? We saw something like that happen in the nationwide race. We saw somebody get up on their side. I'm trying to think who it was. Can't remember. I think it's Chris Dollerton that did that. He was up on his side. And Jack Richards, running the top 5, is destroyed. That is a tough, tough break. Now I gotta go back and look for the leaders, which are not Cody Birmingham, not Seth Cole. I believe the battle is going to be up here with John Dillon and Steven Gonzalez. Cody Birmingham is back here. He's lost that spot. He's lost now 3rd to Red Bell, and Seth Cole is now battling him for 4th. They lost a lot of ground on pit road. But now John Dillon's all by himself and possibly going to win this race. He has a 1.4 second lead on Steven Gonzalez. I don't know if Steven's going to be able to catch him. Oh, this is another heartbreak for Steven. We've talked about this. It's like the one position he does not ever want to finish is second. And right now he's running in the second position. 1, it'd help him in the points, but 2, he just does not want to finish second. He only has a couple more laps to go to try to run him down. He has 4 laps to try to run him down. He took about not even a tenth off. A tenth of a tenth, I guess you could say. He's trying to run him down. Rohit Vaderview could play a factor. Joshua Mudd, Cody Lamas are up ahead, so is Aaron Williams. I don't know if they'll play a factor or not, but John Dillon has to try to stretch it and make it to the end. I don't know if anybody will have to pit. Brian James and Michael Norman were the first ones to pit. If anybody can't make it, it might be those two. I only saw Seth Cole and Tony Vendetta. That time, 2 tenths were knocked off the lead. Gonzalez just might run out of time. He'll have to clear Rohit Vaderview if he wants to catch John Dillon. And looking down at Jack Richards, who's still on the pit road 3 laps down. There's John Dillon, Rohit Vaderview, and Steven Gonzalez is closing in, but he's going to run out of time, I believe. Go back and see what the 6 car is at. Brian James, if he doesn't pit, it looks like everybody else will be able to make it. It won't be a problem. Jack Richards still sitting on pit road. It's down to 9/10 of a second for Steven Gonzalez, who's still trying desperately to run down Rohit Vaderview to pass him and then run down John Dillon. Gonzalez is going to get held up by Rohit just a little bit. He has such a fast car, but he has 1 lap to try to run down John Dillon, who's going for his 2nd win of the season. The white flag's in the air for the Menard Chevrolet. Down to 6/10 of a second. That 99, or I should say that 55, I should say, is running down John Dillon like a madman. He is so much faster than Dillon. I don't know what's the deal with the 27. He hasn't been up there as much. Gonzalez is so close to running down the Turtle Wax Menard Chevrolet of John Dillon. He is closing in, but he's going to be a lap too short, and it's just not going to be enough. John Dillon's going to come down. The rookie's going to pick up his 2nd win of the season, and John Dillon holds off Steven Gonzalez and wins the Golden Corral 500. If there was just a couple more laps, it's a 50 lapper. I believe the 55 car would be saying, I'm finally going to victory lane, but Steven Gonzalez, he almost took off a whole second, about 3 laps on John Dillon, just could not get him just enough. He needed about another lap. 51 car did not help him, but John Dillon hangs on and he wins and breaks the streak of single-time winners this season. Now we have our first repeat winner pretty early in the season, but John Dillon, 12th in standings coming in today's race, will win his 2nd race of the season in a clean Atlanta race. Well, I'm surprised by that. Oop. But that is it from this race. Congrats to John Dillon and the whole Richard Childress Racing team for winning today's race. Steven Gonzalez, so close but so far away again, just trying to find that win. Looks like he's getting a good chance at it this season. Might be up there again. We'll wait and see. Steven Gonzalez is still hungry for that cup win. He'll finish second. Red Bell, good run for her in third. She had a struggling season. She was mired way down in the point stands, I believe. She actually was 41st, so this is a big run for her. Cody Birmingham, we thought had a good car, might have been going into victory lane today. He ends up fourth. Pit strategy, I guess, just didn't work out. He just got behind. Seth Cole, good run in fifth. He needed a good run. Sean Galligan jumped up to sixth place. Good run for that 21 team. Xavier Livingston, good run. He ran up there all day in the top 10, finished the seventh. Brian James, another driver up there in the top 10 all day in eighth. William Duncan started dead last today. Didn't matter. He finishes ninth, and his teammate Jake Rogers will round out the top 10. Andreas Allen, James Silverfox, Danny Wells, Zohar Munn, and Tony Vendetta, your top 15. And the rest of your top 20 is Callum Wales, Dylan Young, Barney Ward, Joseph Lombard, and Trent Dunham. Daniel Hummel, James Qualls, 21st and 22nd. Richard Johnson, the points leader, coming in and will finish 23rd. He might actually beat still the points leader, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see on that as well. 24th place was Joshua Collar. Michael Norman dropped back to 25th. I don't know what happened to him. We saw the handling going away on that race car. He was in the top 10, I guess they just couldn't fix it. He was sliding all over the place. Finished as a disappointing 25th today. And then 26th was Charles Jackson. Kurt Morton at 27th. Liam Irvig, 28th. I haven't talked about him much. He's been up there in the points. He's up in 11th. He finishes 28th. Dom Capps, 29th. And Ryan Acosta rounds out your top 30. Tim Freilich, Peachy London, 4th in the standings. Had an awful day in 32nd. Jacob Lawler, Sean Henley, Justin Perry, Joshua Mudd. Aaron Williams Jr. did not repeat this weekend. Had a terrible run, along with his teammate Cody Lamas, who had damage. Rohit Vaderview, who couldn't get away from trouble on pit road, a lap down 39th. James McLeod, a lap down 40th. Alex Jones, 3rd in the standings. Don't know exactly what happened to him. He was 41st, one lap down. And Jack Richards out of the race from a pit road accident. The pit road accident took his car and destroyed it. The 81 car had a good look at least the top 10 today. And Jack Richards will finish dead last out of the race. We're actually going to go back on the pit stop and see where we saw smoke in that very first round and see if maybe that's where Alex Jones or somebody else possibly had something happen. We'll find out. Let's go and check that out and see what happened. Well, it actually was not Alex Jones that caused the smoke or anything. This is actually Ryan Acosta that caused this. Now, Dylan Young we know was on a later pit stop. Ryan Acosta decided, I'm going to go to pit road now. Cuts down in front of the Miller Lite Dodge. Then gets turned sideways. He does a great job saving it, though. You see the smoke in the lockup right in front of the points leader, Richard Johnson. And he continued on down pit road. I don't know where Alex Jones is. There he is. But keep an eye on him. He came out with his first group unless he had something happen. There's actually a lot of damage to that 33 car. He must have had that from a while back. I'm pretty sure he stayed on pit road. Let's see what happened. Coming down pit road. I don't know where his pit stall's at. Ooh. Did he just speed right there? No. He's up to speed. He slowed down because he had to get to his pit stall, I believe. He must have sat there and fixed his car, possibly. Yep, that's exactly what he did. That's where Jones lost his time. And you see the other drivers that came down pit road. The following lap, he was still on pit road. He finally left, but that was the nail in the coffin for the 33 team. And Alex Jones with a dismal run today. Will hard run the points. We'll get back to the post race and get you ready to show you your point standings and stuff. And wrap up today's race here in Atlanta. Here today. Alright, here's one last look at the running results before we go. The finishing results, I should say. And like that, remember to comment and like, subscribe, and all that. And we're done for the Atlanta weekend. And this will be a late Happy 4th of July to everybody. But this is it for Atlanta. Atlanta, I should say. And yeah. Thanks again for watching, guys. Congrats to John Dillon one last time. And I'll see you guys for race 8 at Texas. And should be good. So I will see you then. And yeah.